Hi guys, welcome to a new week. This week we continue from where we left last week. Take-home tasks, which first of all be trying to do as well before we get into what we are going to uh, do for today, which is transforming data using some advanced SQL function. What I gave as a take-home was to find the number of employees using the using count. So if you guys remember, we do select and then we do use the count function. That is to take all from again from employee table. So to make it a little bit fancier, I would count as total employees is what I was saying to you. I have to select this and then run. When I run, employee is 100. If you got this right, kudos to you. You did well. You're getting there. You're sharpening your skills. But this week, what we're going to do is we're going to look at subqueries and we're going to look at CTE, which is common table expressions. Trying to transform data using advanced SQL functions like subqueries and common table expressions. And also, we'll be trying to save our transformations in a new table. And we will continue with our employee and then table from last week. From my screen, our tables are still here. We've done some transformation like string. We looked at case, conditional functions, SQL functions, and then we looked at the join, the left join, and the inner join. So first of all, subqueries are queries that are nested within another query, queries that are inside another query. What are they used for? They allow for complex data retrieval and manipulation. Subqueries can be placed in any of the clauses. It could be within the select, it could be within the from, and it could be where there's a condition. We have any place we have where it could be within the where clauses. So it depends on what type of data you want to retrieve, what type of data manipulation you want to do. Subqueries are also used to perform taxes, most especially like data filtering from another table based on conditions, and also creating temporal tables for complex operations. So we're going to look at an example. We'll be using a subquery to retrieve employees with salaries above average salary. So we go to browse our database, we're going to retrieve the names of these employees based on the average salaries of this. So let's go to that, get that started, and then I need to do my commenting out, which is employee salary based on average. We will do select the name of the employee, and we select the salary from employee, and then we do where. This is where we're going to get in our subquery, where we do salary. Yes, salary is greater than the average salary. So what we're trying to do here is we use a subquery to select and calculate the average salary. So to put in this subquery, we need to put that inside a bracket. So we do select from select average salary, bring in the average AVG, and then we do a bracket average salary from employees. So to make this a little bit less messier, I could do this like this here, and then we could we could do our subquery here. So if we select this and run this, it should give us the employees with whose salaries are above the average. So I need to correct this above. That's for subqueries. Next, we'll be looking into the CTEs, using CTEs, which are common table expressions. CTEs are mainly used to temporarily hold or set results in SQL, and when these results, you hold these results, you can then set queries from these results to make your query readable, more organized, and then reduce redundancies. The CTEs are always defined using with clause, which we're going to see soon, and CTEs, common table expressions, allow complex queries to be broken down into manageable parts and making them easy to understand and maintain. So we are also going to do one example of how to use CTE, and then we'll be combining a CTE and a subquery to see how that works as well. So one of the examples, I think we're going to list the departments with their average salaries using CTE. So we're going to use a common table expression to achieve this. So I will start with commenting how to tell us what you're trying to do. List departments by average salaries. Close this, and then because I said that CTE starts with with, we're going to start with a with. So, and then we're going to call our temporal hold, which should be our temporal table that should hold the data that we're trying to collate first. We call that department, let's say department salaries, department salaries. So as bracket open and bracket close, and I will define what I want to hold. So we are going to select department name. Let's say I will use an alias. You should be getting used to doing this as well with me as department. Excel report looks more nicer and neater. And then we are also going to select the average salary. So we're going to do an average for the salary, average salary, and then we'll do that as an average salary. That's the alias. And then we're selecting this from employees, and we're going to group this by department name. We're going to group by department name. So this is basically our common table expression. So what we're going to do next is to now select what we want, which in this case is the department and the salary and the average salary from. Instead of going to the employee table, we will be going to our holding, the temporal holding table, which is the departmental salary. So I should do that this way. You just select department. I'm not going to select the alias and not the department name. So I'm going to select, because this is a new table, I'm going to select from. Now I will introduce this, and then we'll be running this code. See, if I should run this, yeah, we have the we have listed the department with the average salaries, and we have been able to use this temporal hold, which is the CTE, to get this done. So I believe that you get to understand and try your hands out on this, and then you'll be able to also get to understand that. So basically, we'll be rounding this up by looking at combining a CTE with a subquery, and one of the examples we'll be using to do this, and we still remain on the employee salary and department. We need to identify. Okay, let's identify a department where the average salary exceeds the company's overall salary. So we will be selecting this. We'll be combining this with basically this. So let's go. Now comment out list department salaries above company average. We close commenting. Then we will be typing this again. So with first department salaries as well as salaries as bracket open bracket close. Why you should always open and close your bracket is so you don't get to forget, and then it will become it will point out an error that you might be difficult for you to debug. So it's better you type in your open and close your bracket and then get into that to get your queries going. So I'll be selecting. I'll also be selecting departmental name as department and then average salary and then group. I think let me just copy this out. So we could do this here, and then that is it. So now, because we're going to select different columns, we need to use a subquery in here. So we're going to select. We're going to select department. Remember now it's department, and then we have average salaries, average salary from. Now we are from. We're selecting this from our common table expression, and then it is where this is where we introduce our this is where we introduce our subquery where average salary. Remember, this what we are querying now is what is inside this common table expression. That is why we are doing average salary, because that is what we have here as our alias. From the average salary is greater than open and close our bracket for our subquery. Select average salary close bracket from employees. So right here, what we are doing, we are combining information from is holding table CTE common table expression, and then we are selecting based on conditions from our employee table. So we run this. Select, remember to always highlight and run, and then this is what we have. So these are the three departments that have their average salaries above the company average salary. We just calculated from here. So this basically is how we go about that. Next, we'll be creating a new table which will hold the transform data. So this could help us. Maybe you're working on the reports and you had all your queries run, then you need to save that and then give the stakeholders to look at. Maybe you need to save this data and then work on it with maybe BI tools to visualize the patterns and relationships. You need to first of all get out these tables that you've queried out with those queries of interest, and then you could be able to export it. So first of all, we will be creating. I need to comment out. I need to create a table to hold transformed data. doing that, we need to use our create table. If you remember this from our first video, create table, and we're calling that table high earners, high earners, and then instead of running this create table, we use the SQL command as to select uh, values or columns of interest from our already existing table on our database. So on our database, so it's asked. And then I'm select, going to select. Okay, I think I'll look at this. I'm going to select from the employee table. So I think we will select the names, we select the positions, and then we select the department name, and then the salary. So we're going to select name, we're going to select position, we're going to select department name, and we're going to select salary. So let's go with that. So select name, position, department name, and then the salary. Where are we selecting this from? Selected from employee table, and we're going to select, because we're going to introduce a subquery, because we're selecting high earners whose salaries are above the average salary. So we do where salary greater than, we introduce our bracket for open and close bracket for the subquery. We're going to select, we're going to select average salary close bracket from employee table. So this should create a table for us when we run this. So we need to select and then run this. Executive finish without error. So we need to go to our browse. And we need to look out. And here we have our table, the name, the position, the department name, and then the salaries. And these salaries are salaries that are above the average salaries. When we go to our data structure, here we had our list of tables. We have a new table now called high earners. So what we are going to do next, I'm going to add a column name. I want you guys to try out something. I'm going to, before we do the saving, I want you guys to try out something. I'm going to add a new column to our employee ID table. So it's called, I'm going to use the SQL function alter table. So commenting out, add new column to table. We're going to use the alter table. So you use the alter table command function, and then you follow the table you want to alter, and then we use the next function we need to do is the add column, and then we add column. We're going to add the column name. For here, I want to add the column job title, and then the next thing we need to add is the type of data is going to go. Remember when we mentioned about text data, floats, numbers. So, but because it's job title, it's going to be a text, and then we add a new column to our employee table. So we run this, and it's successful. Then we need to browse our employee table, and here we have a new column. No. So what I want you guys to do as a take home is to add uh, add data, or to populate data in this column with the title job manager for employees whose salaries are greater than 100. I think I need to comment out and type that. Add manager to employees with salary salary greater than 100. Okay, if it then you next you add junior staff for employees for employees with salaries less than 60,000, and others, and staff or others not in this category. For others that are not in this category, they should be the staff. I will give you a little hint of what you need to use. You need to use the I need to comment this. I need to use update, and you need to use the conditional case statement. Just try your hands out with this, and in the next video, I will walk you guys through how this is being done. So next, we'll be saving. We'll be saving. To save now, we use here on the dashboard, we'll be using the write changes. So we click on write changes to write our modifications into our database. So what we've done is you've written that. So you don't need to worry about save and open project. We'll talk about that some other time. We've been able to cover from the last video importing data into the SQLite tool and to perform data transformation using a couple of advanced SQL functions. So now you need to practice and enhance your SQL and data management skills. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And if you have any questions, you could as well write me, send an inbox, comment on the video, and I will always come back to you. Thanks, guys. See you next week.